நீங்கள் பார்த்து கொண்டிருப்பது உங்கள் RSKV யூடியூப் சேனல்.
Income Tax Officers Exam 2019 Paper 3 Allied Laws. Question 1. A partnership agreement neither provides nor for duration nor determination of partnership. What kind of partnership is it? Partnership at will. Number 2. The implied authority of a partner does not empower him to A. Open a banking account on behalf of the firm in his own name. B. Compromise or relinquish the claim of the firm. C. Transfer immovable property belonging to the firm. Answer all of the above. Question 3. Which subsection of Section 8 of RTA Act 2005 exempts disclosure of information on the grounds that the information available to a person in his fiduciary relationship is exempted? Answer subsection C. Subsection E. அது C மாதிரி இருக்கு. E. Question 4. When prior to the due date of performance, the promisor absolutely refuses to perform the contract, it is known as anticipatory breach of contract. When a suit has been duly executed, a summon may be issued to defendant except when he had appeared at the presentation of plaintiff and admitted the plaintiff's claim. Question 6. Attachment of immovable property of the person failing to comply with the summons can be done by any court. Question 7. In the absence of a contract or local law or usage to the contrary, what is the notice of period required for termination of lease of immovable property for agricultural or manufacturing purpose? 6 months. Question 8. A Hindu male acquires special skill and knowledge through learning and education. The expenditure towards his maintenance and studies is met out of joint family funds. After his studies, he starts earning from specialized profession. His income in his own and joint family has no claim over it. Question number 9. As per Section 67B of Information Technology Act amended 2008, in the event of second or subsequent conviction with imprisonment of either description for a term which may extend to dash years and also with fine which may extend to dash lakh of rupees, 7 years to 10 lakh of rupees. Question 10. As per Companies Act 2013, how many minimum directors are required in audit committee for a listed public company? 3. Question 11. All partners are liable to third parties except sub-partner. Question 12. Drawings of the partner are debited to capital account of the partner. Question 13. As per Section 7/6 of the RTA Act, the information shall be provided when the public authority fails to comply within the time limit specified. Answer free of charge. Question 14. The term proposal or offer is defined in Section 2A of the Indian Contract Act, and a person is said to make a proposal when he signifies to another willingness to do or abstain from doing something with a view to obtaining the assent of that other person to the proposed act or abstinence. 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 Question 15. Substituted service of summon involves affixture of summons. Question 16 is grace mark question, no answer given. Number 17. In an English mortgage executed between P as the mortgager and Q as the mortgagee, P committed certain default in repayment of the mortgage money, upon which Q served a written notice upon P requiring repayment of principal money within 1 month. After the expiry of 1 month and upon not receiving the principal money, Q, without court intervention, sold off the mortgage property in public auction to R. After the completion of sale, P took an execution to the sale on the ground that the minimum period of notice required under Section 69 bar 2 bar A of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 for repayment of mortgage money was 3 months, and as the said period for repayment was not provided to him, the power of sale exercised by the mortgagee with invalid. What is the remedy for P in this situation? P can only recover damages from Q. Question 18. A daughter of a co-partner governed by Mitakshara law shall become a co-partner by birth in her own right in the same manner as the son and would have the same rights in the co-partnery property if she had been a son from which date. This law is in operation from 9/9/2005. Question 19. Under Information Technology Act bracket amended 2008, what maximum fine is impossible on misrepresentation or suppression any material fact for obtaining any license or electronic signature certificate? Answer, rupees 1 lakh. Question 20. Radhe provided know-how to the company in which he was working. Company issued some equity shares to him. What type of these shares are? SWEAT, SWEAT. Question 21. Which of the following is true about a minor's position in a firm? It cannot become a full-fledged partner in a new firm. He can become partner on attaining majority. Both are correct. Where a partner is entitled to interest on the capital contributed by him, such interest shall be payable only out of profits. Under the Right to Information Act 2005, where a request for access of information is rejected on the ground that it is in relation to information which is exempt from disclosure, then notwithstanding anything contained in this act, access may be provided to that part of the record which does not contain any information which is exempt from disclosure. Question 24. Which of the following statements about offer is incorrect? It must contain a term, the non-compliance of which amounts to acceptance. Question 25. Where the application for a review is heard by more than one judge and the court is equally divided, the application shall be rejected. Question 26. A and B contribute into a common pool a sum of rupees 60 lakh and rupees 40 lakhs respectively, and out of the said pool or funds purchase a plot of land in joint name measuring 100 square yards. Assuming that there was no contract between A and B for division of the plot of land, what would be their respective shares in the said plot of land as per Section 45 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882, if there was no evidence available to prove the ratio of contribution of funds by A and B? Both A and B would be entitled to an equal share. Question 27. A person who is usually of unsound mind but occasionally of sound mind may make a contract when he is of sound mind. 2. A person who is usually a sound mind but occasionally of unsound mind may not make a contract when he is of unsound mind. Both 1 and 2 are true. Question 28. Which of the following statements are true In respect of characteristics of co-partnery, a co-partnery will come into existence between a Hindu Performing Marriage and a Special Marriage Act 1954 and his Hindu son. Question 29. What is the maximum imprisonment under Information Technology Act bracket amended 2008 if a person secures access to a protected system in contravention of the provision of that act? 10 years. Question 30. As per Companies Act 2013, in which case permission of tribunal required? Conversion of public company into a private company. Question 31. Which section of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 lists out the rights and liabilities of a lessor and lessee? Section 108. Question 32. Which of the following is not true? Any difference arising as to ordinary matters connected with the business can be only decided by all the partners. Question 33. Under the Rights to Information Act 2005, who is not competent authority? Answer: Prime Minister. Question 34. In a contract through post, the acceptor becomes bound by the contract when properly addressed and stamped letter of acceptance is dash, and the offerer becomes so bound when the letter of acceptance is received by the offerer posted to the offerer. Question 35. The fact that the decision on a question of law on which the judgment of the court is based has been reversed or modified by the subsequent decision of a superior court in any other case. Answer: shall not be ground for the review of such judgment. Question 36. X gives a property on lease to Y. During the tenure of the lease, the property is sold by X to Z. Y, not knowing about the sale of property, keeps making the payment of the lease amount to X. In this situation, having regard to Section 50 of the TP Act 1882, from whom can Z recover the rent amount? It can be recovered only from X. Under Mitakshara law, Hindu co-partnery includes only those persons who acquire by birth an interest in the joint family property. 2. There may be many members in the joint family apart from the co-partners. 1 and 2 both are true. Question 38. What is a probate? It is a copy of a will certified under the seal of a court of competent jurisdiction with a grant of administration to the estate of the testator. Question 39. Under Information Technology Act amended 2008, which is not matched correctly? Section 66B, punishment for identity theft. Identity theft. Question 40. Memorandum of the company does not state the name of the directors. Question 41. Which of the following statement is true? A partnership firm has no legal personality distinct from its partners. Question 42. Where a partnership firm is constituted for fixed period and after the expiration of that term, the firm continues to carry on business without any new agreement. The partnership stands dissolved on the date of expiry of the term, and no partnership can be said to be in existence. Question 43. The Right to Information Act 2005 is not applicable to all non-government organizations substantially financed by political parties. Question 44. In case of dash, criminal act is involved, but in case of dash, moral pressure is involved. In case of coercion, criminal, but in the case of under influence, moral pressure is involved. Question 45. Which action of Companies Act 2013 empowers registrar to search after obtaining an order from the special court? 209. Which amongst the following is not a strict responsibility of a seller of immovable property under Section 55 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 to provide the buyer with certified copies of the documents of title. 47. Regarding coparcenary and Mitaksara law, coparcenary consists of linear descendants in the male line within 4 degrees inclusive of such male ancestor. No coparcenary can commence without a common male ancestor. Both are correct. Under which section Information Technology Act amended 2008, the central government shall appoint Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. 70B. Question 49. Under Information Technology Act bracket law amended 2008, which is not matched correctly. Section 72. Protected system. Question 50. A company can't be a company limited by debts. Question 51. Which of the following persons can be admitted as partner in a firm? An illiterate person aged 19 years. Question 52. A partnership in which the number of partners exceeds than that allowed under Section 464 of the Indian Companies Act 2013, then every member of the partnership shall be punishable, fine extendable to 1 lakh rupees. Question 53. An agreement enforceable by law at the option of one or more of the parties thereon, but not at the option of the other, is known as dash contract, valid contract, and is defined in Section 2 bar 1. Which of the following statement is incorrect? An agreement by way of wager is voidable. Question 55. During seizure of property in dwelling house, if the house is in occupations of judgment, debtor and he refuses or presents access to the house, outer door of the house can be broken open. Question 56. The doctrine of part performance as laid out in Section 53A of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 is for the benefit of and can be availed at by the purchaser of the property. Question 57. P. A Hindu male inherits no properties from his father. During his lifetime, he acquires properties from his own funds. His son Q inherits those properties upon the death of P, who has made no will. Q is blessed with a son R. The properties inherited by Q from P takes the character of ancestral properties in his hands. R by birth can claim an interest in the properties inherited by Q from P. Both are true. Question 58. As per Information Technology Act amended 2008, in asymmetric crypto system, which key verify the digital signature? Public key. Question 59. An assessee transmitted an obscene material on the mail of ascending officer under which section of Information Technology Act amended 2008 assessee can be punished? Section 67. Question number 60. The company needs to obtain a prior permission from the central government when it changes its address of registered office from one state to another. Question 61. In the absence of a specific agreement among the partners, the profits of a firm shall be divided in the ratio of equally among the partners. Question 62. A, B and C jointly promise to pay rupees 80,000 to D. Before the performance of the contract, C dies. In this case, the contract should be performed by A and B jointly along with C's legal representatives. Question 63. Mr. A enters into a contract with Mr. B for dancing at his theatre for 3 nights for a fee of rupees 2 lakh. Mr. A dances for 2 nights and is taken ill. What remedy is available to Mr. B? B can repudiate the contract. Question 64. A spiritual guru induced his disciple Chela to gift him whole of his property to secure his birth in heaven. The gift shall be void. Question 65. A witness who submits affidavit can be ordered court for attendance for cross-examination of deponent. Question 66. In which of the following categories of mortgage does the mortgagee have the power to sell the mortgaged property in default of payment of mortgage money without the intervention of the court, assuming that there is no provision in the mortgage deed to the contrary and that neither the mortgagee or the mortgager is of the category specified and excluded in Section 69 of the TP Act 1882. English mortgage. Question 67. When an ancestral immovable property lost to the family is recovered by a member without assistance from joint family funds, the recoverer takes 1/4 of the share in the property as reward, and the balance is equally divided among all the co-partners, including the recoverer. Question 68. As per Information Technology Act amended 2008, in absence of any agreement between the originator and the addressee, the dispatch of electronic record occurs when it enters a computer resource outside the control of the originator. 69. Under Section 271 of the Companies Act 2013, a company can be wound up if the company has made a default in filing with the registrar its financial statements or annual returns for immediately preceding consecutive financial years. 5. Question 70. Which type of shares can be issued at discount? Sweat. Question 71. Which of the following does not include the property of the firm? All property and rights and interest in property originally brought into stock of firm. As per the RTA Act 2005, the obligations of public authorities includes publishing of directory of its officers and employees. Question 73. As per Section 68 of the Indian Contract Act, claim for necessaries supplied to a lunatic person can be enforced against the lunatic's property or estate. Question 74. A agrees to sell his house to B. A owns 3 houses. There is no specification in agreement about house intended to be sold by him. The agreement is void agreement. Question 75. As per Section 60 of CPC, the following property is liable to attachment and sale in execution of a decree. Bills of exchange. Question 76. Where any notice or tender of the nature specified in Section 102 of the Transfer of Property Act 1882 is to be served upon a person who lives outside the district in which the mortgaged property is situated, and if no agent holding general power of attorney or otherwise duty authorized to accept such service is available or known to the person required to serve the notice, what is the mode of effecting service of such notice or tender? Apply to jurisdictional court for directions to how service could be made. Question 77. A inherits 2 properties, X and Y, from his father. A has no sons in existence at the time of inheritance. He alienates property X and retains property Y. Later, a son is born to A. The son acquires an interest in property Y by birth. Question 78. As per Information Technology Act amended 2008, a person in whose name the electronic signature certificate is issued is called subscriber. Question 79. As per Companies Act 2013, which document contained regulations of management of the company? Articles. Question 80. The amount of the dividend, including interim dividend, shall be deposited in a scheduled bank in a separate account within days from the date of declaration of such dividend. 5. Question 81. A contractor appointed B to manage his entire work. It was agreed that B would receive 50% of the profits as his remuneration and would bear all the losses, if any. Here B is A's agent. Question 82. As per Section 8, Bar 1 of RTA Act 2005, the Cabinet papers, including records of deliberations of the Council of Ministers, Secretaries, and other officers, are exempted from disclosure of information. Which of the following statement is true with respect to the above Section 8 bar 1? The decisions, the reasons thereof, and the material on the basis of which decisions were taken shall be made public after the decision has been taken and the matter is complete or over. Question 83. Which of the following is not an exemption to the rule? No consideration, no contract. Compensation for involuntary services. Question 84. Consideration in simple term means something in return. Question 85. If transport by air is available between the place where the witness resides and the place where the court house is located, then he can be ordered to attend in person if he is paid the fare by air. Question 86. A consolidated gift of both existing and future property is void as to the latter. Question 87. Karta can alienate the joint family property for the following purposes. 1. Marriage expenses of daughters of co-partners. 2. To meet the cost of defending any member of joint family against a serious criminal charge. 3. Payment of taxes relating to joint family property. All are true. Question 88. As per Information Technology Act amended 2008, dash means a person who has been granted a license to issue an electronic signature certificate under Section 24, certifying authority. 89. Company XYZ Private Limited failed to give notice to the registrar for alteration of share capital. As per Companies Act 2013, XYZ Private Limited shall be punishable with fine which may be extended to dash rupees for each day during which such default continues, or dash rupees whichever is less, which may be extended to 1000 rupees for each day during which such default continues, or dash rupees whichever is less 5 lakh. An act of firm means any act or omission by dash which gives rise to a right enforceable by or against the firm. A. All the partners. B. By any partner. C. An agent of the firm. Answer D. All of the above. Question 91. X and Y agreed to work together as carpenters, but X shall receive all profits and shall wages to Y. The relationship between X and Y is master and servant. Which of the following statement is correct? Tax liability of the firm may be recovered from the personal assets of the partners. Tax liability of the partners may be recovered from the assets of the firm. Tax liability of the partners may be recovered from their respective capital contribution to the firm. None of the above are correct. Question 93. Which section of RTA Act 2005 allows rejection of required for information where such request for providing access would involve an infringement of copyright subsisting in a person other than the state? Section 9. The threat to commit suicide amounts to coercion. Question 95. Property not liable to attachment or sale in execution of decree are provided in Section 60 of CPC. Question 96. Not later than dash days after the date on which the issues are settled, the parties shall present in courts a list of witnesses whom they propose to call either to give evidence or to produce documents. 15 days. 1-5. Question 97. Where review petition is rejected due to non-appearance of applicant, it can be returned upon application of applicant justifying his absence in satisfactory manner. Question 98. Under Mitakshara law, 1. Normally, the father who is Karta acts as the manager of the joint family property. 2. In the absence of a competent adult male member, the mother can act as the manager of the joint family property. 3. The manager has complete powers to incur any expenditure from the joint family funds for the legitimate purposes of the joint family. All the statements are true. Question 19. In As per Information Technology Act amended 2008, in which schedule electronic signature or electronic authentication technique are specified? Second. Question number 100. What is the age limit of managing director in case of private company? 70 years, 70.